Neon Shark is the latest project from singer, songwriter and rapper Trippie Redd. This new batch of songs exists as a reissue, deluxe, whatever you want to call it, thing in collaboration with Travis Barker. In fact, its full name is Pegasus Neon Shark vs. Pegasus, presented by Travis Barker, Deluxe. It's yet another deluxe edition of a hip-hop album, which is essentially just slapping a whole extra album's worth of material onto an existing album. It was all the rage in 2020. You had Lil Uzi Vert, DaBaby, even Eminem did it towards the end of the year. Insanely lengthy deluxe albums appear to be going nowhere anytime soon, and with the volume that Trippie Redd releases his music at, it's no surprise that he also has given into this trend. However, this new batch of tracks is a world apart from the kind of sounds we were hearing on Pegasus. Trippie had been promising his fans for months, since last spring pretty much, that he was due to release a rock album, and here we are with Neon Shark. Like previously mentioned, this project is produced in collaboration with Travis Barker of Blink-182, and it sounds like Trippie Redd is fulfilling one of his childhood fantasies to be singing over these type of instrumentals. Primarily influenced by the sounds of early 2000s pop punk, Trippie Redd also tries his hand at some grunge aesthetics and some alternative rock sounds as well. Trippie Redd sounds like he's having quite a lot of fun singing over these type of instrumentals, but most of the album is so clearly created with little to no structure, and Trippie lyrically is maybe at his weakest he's ever been. Dreamer was first to drop months and months ago, and because it's a Trippie Redd song, there's a couple of things you can always expect: a strong vocal performance and a catchy chorus. Aside from those couple of things that this song has going for it, the lyrics are extremely rudimentary and the instrumental is weak as hell. And I mean weak as hell, literally. The guitars are mixed so low and not in a kind of distant, moody, subtle, ethereal type of way. It just sounds badly mixed. Dreamer is the only song on this project without any involvement from Travis Barker, and it doesn't really serve as an accurate representation of the rest of the album. Trippie Redd is a diverse artist, and his back catalogue speaks to that, and it's a back catalogue that's quite big already. But his takes and interpretations on these subgenres of rock are so clearly underbaked. Couple that with extremely basic and generic production, with nothing new to bring to the table to these sounds that he's exploring, it's an unequivocal mess. But make no mistake, this mess is super entertaining to bear witness to. Like the song Freaky Girl, which could be one of the worst songs Trippie Redd has ever dropped, but I can't stop fucking listening to it. The strangely squawked freaky girl hook, it sounds like it was cooked up in a matter of seconds. There is quite literally no structure to this song apart from the fact that a hook or a chorus exists. Without You is a song that I so nearly almost genuinely like. The groove metal inspired guitars and drums that open up this song are super clean and super tight. But then as it opens up into the hook, it just morphs and kind of crumbles in on itself. It changes into this super generic, overblown power pop anthem. Once again, it sounds like Trippie Redd has pulled most, if not all, of his vocal lines and melodies straight out of his arse. But that's entertaining. That's entertaining to me, at least. This is a song that had some promise, but they just completely fumbled the bag. Red Sky with Machine Gun Kelly is one of a couple of genuinely well thought out and fleshed out and structured songs. It's not just a hollow, cheap interpretation of a sound that they're going for, but instead it's fully immersive. We all know that Trippie Redd's emo rap is one of, if not his strongest bags, and on Red Sky, he drops the rap and just goes completely emo. He contorts and strains his voice in a kind of way that I think we've heard from him before, but now it's recontextualized into a new sound that's far more angsty than we've ever heard. The drums and guitars are crisp, the bass line is very simple but extremely effective, and it's exaggerated and it's very emotional, but that's what emo is meant to be, and I think it's all the better for it. Even Machine Gun Kelly's contribution to the song is pretty strong in my opinion. And I think the only obvious weak point to this song is that it just abruptly ends without warning, and it just sounds like they ran out of ideas. Trippie Redd also tries his hand at some grunge on a couple of songs, starting with It's Coming. Messy is the word to describe this song. It's like a 4-year-old with a bunch of crayons and a plain white wall. He might, on the off chance, produce greatness, but more often than not, it's going to be a disaster. Like so many of the songs on here, the one thing that keeps your attention is Trippie Redd's voice, because it's so distinctive and instantly recognizable. That draws you in. And I think if someone else was singing the exact same lyrics that Trippie Redd was, it would be just wallpaper. It would just be blank. Everything else about this song and most of the album is just a pale imitation of things that have been done way better in the past. Leaders is the most frustrating song on here for me personally, because I think that it could have been so much better, and I think the way it could have been fixed is just so obvious. All it needed was some stripping back, and I know that Travis Barker was producing this whole thing, but I genuinely think if this song went completely percussionless, like the song Koi on A Love Letter to You 4 Deluxe, then this song would have been far more subtle and genuinely emotional. Swimming is the truest train wreck of a song on this album. It's completely a mess in every single aspect. I think it's so bad that it so nearly does a 180 and becomes genuinely enjoyable, but nearly is the operative word. The final song, Dead Desert, with Scarlord and Zillikami, is by a million billion miles the best thing on here. The crazy manic fusion of trap and the kind of SoundCloud rap that was going on a few years ago and metal is perfect, and it fits all three artists so well. Scarlord just goes absolutely fucking nuts, and at one point he's doing a full death metal growl scream type of thing, and Trippie Redd, while his appearance is brief, he's only on the chorus. Again, it's catchy as hell. And Zillikami brings his unmistakable trademark sound to round the song out. Everything about this song sounds like it was thought about. The descending massive bass line, the guitars at the end that are just compressed to shit. Everything about this is just so full of that manic energy. And I think that energy could have been placed into some other songs as well. Trippie Redd doesn't seem to be slowing down in how frequently he's releasing his music, and although I think in the long run, because his catalogue is so big, that might be something that harms his discography, there's still so much to dig through and enjoy. Neon Shark is not one of those projects. It's severely half-baked, it's generic, and it's just generally a mess. However, because it's Trippie Redd, it's thoroughly entertaining to listen to from start to finish, even if it's for all the wrong reasons. Those are my thoughts on the project. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Make sure to like, subscribe, and dong the bell, and I shall see you next time.